I of course hope to see good quality landscape architecture, something that is new, but most of all perhaps something that will surprise us.
I'd like to see a good solution between the hard landscaping and the soft landscaping, I mean the vegetation.
In the entries of the competition, I hope to see strong concepts, bold ideas, playfulness, ecological values, climate adaptation, multifunctionality, flexibility.
I hope to see really unique ideas in the entries, and I want to see a park that has a really strong own identity.
I think the details are not that important. It's important to get new big ideas how to in a new way develop this kind of an area.
Open international architecture competitions have been important in the development of Helsinki. And I would say that this is a special thing that we now have an open landscape architecture international competition. I have the feeling that this is probably one of the most interesting open landscape architecture competitions we have in Europe this year. And we think that by having open competitions, we have in the same plate, so to say, newcomers, enthusiastic young designers, and also then really already experienced people can have their say what would be the best proposition. So I think that these open competition, they really they give an opportunity to different talented designers to have their say.
The assignment of this competition relates to challenges of contemporary landscape architecture. We're in a growing urban environment, so we need to find new spaces for building, construction, but as well also for the urban nature. We're in a very special site at the moment that has certain ecological values, but also it's going to be a totally new environment. So it's a very interesting assignment for this competition to find ways what kind of character the area will have.
The main historical and cultural values of this area is that it's the cultural heritage site with the national significance. So it's mostly because of these two protected buildings, the terminal and the hangar next to it. And also the cultural values lie on the runways and the crossings of the runways. And also the openness of the area, it's like one part of the landscape. You can have like long views towards the neighboring areas from this airport.
The Lentoasemanpuisto Park combines various aspects like ecological values, historic values, ecological functions as well, and stormwater management, as well as other aspects of climate adaptation. I think landscape architects actually have the capability of combine different aspects in interesting ways, also combining existing elements in new ways. And I think in this case of the competition, it's also a question of creating something new with character, but also finding ways to maintain something of the original and the surroundings.
The importance of the Malmi area, the development of the Malmi area, is mainly that it's a big area with a lot of possibilities for new urban development. And maybe one important thing for this competition is that when it opens to development, it also connects the surrounding areas to each other. So the meaning of the competition is not only to define landscape principles inside the area, but also to think about how to connect the surrounding areas to this area and how this area could be the heart of the larger entity that is defined by the surrounding railways and motorways.
The whole Malmi Airport project area is huge. It's over 330 hectares, and there will be 25,000 new residents. And the completion of the whole area, or the construction of the whole area, lasts about 3 decades. So it's divided into 10 areas, and each of the area will have their own character. Now we have done the detailed plan for Nallenrinne and Lentoasemanpuisto area. Nallenrinne will have colorful housing with different scales and different materials, and the historical road, Vanha Viipurintie, will be the main urban space. It's meant for the pedestrians to walk through the area. And then this Lentoasemanpuisto area is inspired of the functionalism of this terminal. So the new buildings, they will have facades with white plaster and wood, and most of the new buildings will have green roofs. So it's like Nordic white functionalism combined with wooden housing and greenery of the area.
This Lentoasemanpuisto Park will be a link between two green fingers. There are 6 green fingers in Helsinki, and it's very important to have this kind of corridor between those green fingers. And we also have stormwater management, need to manage stormwater, how to say, creative way in this park. So there is also a little brook called Longinoja, which lies here nearby, and the all stormwater will end this Longinoja brook in the future. So there is also this blue, water. In this competition, we hope that we will get some new solutions how to be creative with stormwater management. We need something new, a nice place to visit, to have picnic, to spend time with friends, playgrounds, maybe some places where you can be more active, and also the nature here. We will see. I'd like to see bugs and bees and wildlife in this area even in the future.
Malmin Platta area is meant to be a place for different events and hopefully open for all the residents, and they can organize also events in the Platta themselves. There could be festivals, concerts, or circus could visit the Platta, and that could be also a place for sports. For instance, during the winter time, you could have ice hockey there, or skating, or whatever. And actually Platta, it's located next to the hangar building, and the huge sliding doors of the hangar buildings, they open towards Platta, so you could have nice interaction with the outdoor and indoor space. We don't know yet the usage of the hangar building, and now the competitors can give us some ideas what they have concerning the usage of the building and actually the usage of Platta. Next to the Platta and next to the hangar there will be a big school, and also the school kids could use this platta area during the day.
In the history, the Helsinki city center was the only center in the Helsinki, and Helsinki has now grown and it has many sub-centers as well. And the Helsinki general plan defines the principles of developing and strengthening those sub-centers. And the idea is that the public transportation is connecting these sub-centers, and they are the, let's say, backbone for the development of Helsinki land use.
Helsinki has been growing quite fast, and it seems that we will be growing quite fast. Our aim is to grow sustainably, and that includes the traffic system, public transport, and it also includes the aim to be socially sustainable, and that means to us that when we are building new areas, we want to have different people. And the growth of Helsinki, it comes from other parts of Finland, it comes from outside the borders of Finland, and we also do have a lot of children. So we aim to have such neighborhoods, new neighborhoods, where you really have a good mix of people and also where services are present. And in this area, for example, we will have schools and kindergartens in together with the new housing and good public transport connections as well.
This area is very special because it's the opposite of what you find in the city. There you have all the space here and the feeling of the surfaces, the material, the space to do something that you don't do in the ordinary city.
I like the openness of this area. So it's special because of this open space and also the history. I think in the future there will be also this kind of openness, meadow and things to see and things to do.
This area is special for me because of the historical layers, and it's a good possibility to create a new urban but green heart for the northeastern part of Helsinki.
The most important thing is that this area holds so much possibilities for future development.
I think there is a combination of really building something new, a place for almost 25,000 people to live in. And at the same time, when you build something new, there is the history and the echoes of the history of the airfield. I think that is special.